the league team. We have a lot to cover today, including our plans for preseason,
Oh
challenges,
boy.
and games.
I like the ominous music. It really sets the tone. It really makes me feel like I've woken up dazed and confused in a saw trap, and Jigsaw is about to tell me what the next year of suffering is going to be like.
Game modes. But first, let's talk about the state of the game.
that background
Overall,
music.
we're pretty happy with the state of league this season.
Are you? Are you? No. Pretty happy with the state of league this season. Well, there you have it. They don't play the game. Nice.
But before we get into the details, let's dive into a topic that's been pretty popular lately, which is new champion balance. When we look at the data, we actually see that new champions have been pretty balanced on release this year, with the exception of Dr. Mundo. That said, there's more to healthy gameplay than just win rates, and we're still—
Wait, what are the champions that came out this year? They're telling me that Gwyn, Yone, Viego have been released in balanced states? They're saying that those champions are more balanced than Dr. Mundo, who every couple of seconds gets to throw a cleaver? What?
That said, there's more to healthy gameplay than just win rates.
True.
And we're still hearing that new champions feel unfair to play against.
Yeah, true.
Particularly when it comes to complex abilities or overloaded kits.
Thank you.
If we're being completely honest, we don't think our champions have overloaded kits overall. But that being said, there have been times when we've given new champions too many tools and had to pull back later to give them more clear weaknesses. For example, Samira's ability to dash to allies was removed because it provided too much safety.
True.
Combined with her missile blocker, it made CCing her too difficult, especially since that's
True.
one of her main forms of counterplay.
The only form of counterplay, by the way.
Another thing we consider when we hear a champion feels bad to play against is their intended complexity.
Also, I really don't like this idea that people have had about counterplay. And I always hear it. That, oh, yeah, he's super weak to CC. Yeah, Master Yi, you just CC him. Samira, she's super weak to CC. Oh, yeah, Viego, you gotta CC him. Guys, CC counters everyone. It removes your ability to play your champion. What do you mean? If that's the only form of counterplay, then there is no, like... I'm not going to say there is no counterplay, but that shouldn't be the only form of CC. They should definitely have, like, very clearly defined weaknesses outside of, if I'm stunned, I can't move.
We try to make a healthy mix of high, medium, and low complexity champions. In this way, whether you like mechanical skill expression, point and click simplicity, or
I think they've been reading my tweets, guys.
there's a new champion that interests you. For example, with Vex, we wanted to create a champion that was fairly easy to pick up, and we're happy to see she's hitting that mark.
Okay, I really hope that's not the takeaway they're getting, because it's not that she's easy to pick up, it's that she, as we just talked about, has very clearly well-defined weaknesses and strengths. She's good in some areas and very weak in others. Like, you always have to be thinking about the trade-off of when you use an ability on Vex. Can you actually afford to queue the dragon to give a healthier leash for your jungle while putting you at the risk of not having your passive for the next 15 seconds? Can you actually use Q on this champion, knowing that he has this ability up, and, you know, can you actually afford to take the risk on using your ultimate, knowing that it's pretty slow projectile, and they might dodge or flash out of it, and then you're weak? Like, she has weaknesses. It's not, we don't like her because she's simple to pick up and play. We like her because she's strong in some areas and weak in others. And I think that's something that has slowly just disappeared from League of Legends. And it really sucks because what it results in is a very homogenized, you can plug this champion into almost any scenario. And if he's like piloted properly, he will probably come out on top. So yeah, I hope that's not like the only takeaway. I'm glad that they acknowledge that people are really enjoying Vex because I think they did a great job of designing Vex. But hopefully that's not the only takeaway they're getting.
And we're happy to see she's hitting that mark. But beyond just how complex a champion is to play, there's also how difficult they are to understand. We want new champions to have unique gameplay, but you shouldn't need a wiki to know how to play with or against them.
True.
Learning counterplay is a skill test we do think is important, but knowing what a champ can or can't do shouldn't be a part of it.
True.
This clarity is something we haven't always hit the mark on.
True.
Especially with champions like Aphelios, who not only has a complex kit, but was also lacking UI clarity when he was released.
I would say he doesn't just have UI clarity. That means like what we see, right? UI is the bar at the bottom of the... Why did she say UI clarity? I think it's still to this day. Guys, I've duoed with like Koog, who is basically an Aphelios one trick. I've duoed with him. I have supported Aphelios like at least 500 times, right? it's still very, very hard to tell what that champion is capable of doing at any point in the game. Like, I know that Aphelios mains know that, oh yeah, you know, I need to use 2 more ammo on this gun, and then I have really good fighting guns. But that's what it boils down to. Like, we need to be able to know that too. And yeah, they definitely missed the mark with the Aphelios. That champion sometimes does absolutely nothing, sometimes does 1v9 things, and you can never really tell which one you're going to get until it's too late.
Champions is a constant balance between making something that's exciting, has clear counterplay, and isn't confusing. We're still trying to find that line, but we want to get to a spot where new champions aren't just numerically balanced, but that you all feel they're fair to play against.
That's excellent. I love hearing
Beyond
that.
new champion releases, this season we've seen a wide variety of picks in every role.
ADCs, by the way.
We've also seen a healthy improvement in diversity of playstyles across roles, especially in jungle and top lane. Some of this is due to direct...
Don't like the fact that they're implying that lane Lee Sin is healthy, but okay.
Some of this is due to direct champion changes, such as the kit adjustments that enable picks like...
The brand change was great. Oh, they're talking about putting him into the jungle. No, what they did to Brand to update his ultimate bouncing off of himself, that's an amazing update to an outdated champion's kit. They need to be doing way more stuff like that. Bringing old champions that are just like basically stat checks or like just don't have the kit complexity to be able to keep up with things like Yone and Viego. They need to do more like this. That was an excellent change. I don't really care about if he can be played in the jungle or not. In fact, I think that Brand and Morgana jungle are kind of unhealthy for the game, but that kit adjustment was great.
Darius, Brand, and Morgana. New items like Anathema's Change and Hullbreaker have also had a positive impact, especially in top lane where we're seeing a ton of champion diversity. And finally, we know that some champion classes have been struggling after the items.
Goodbye, Oriana.
And we've been working on some solutions to help them out. And this brings us to our plans for preseason.
Here we go.
With that, I'm going to hand things off to Brightmoon.
Brightmoon!
We'll go more in depth on the upcoming changes.
Brightmoon! My boy!
Hey,
He's so handsome! Oh my god, I can't take it.
On League of Legends. League is like a house. Sometimes we need to do a big renovation to keep it working well, like when we overhauled the item system. And sometimes we just need to add some new furniture.
Brightmoon, you always have the best metaphors.
With improvements to our existing systems, like items, runes, and the Elemental Rift. Let's start with our plans for items. While some champions and classes have lots of build options,
is Brightmoon in chat? Where you at, bro?
Feel like they've got a mythic or legendary that really speaks to them. So we're going to be adding some new items and tweaking some others. This will include 2 new mythic items.
Okay.
The first one is a support
yes!
item. Perfect
yes!
for champions that want to get aggressive and charge into the middle of
That's me!
When you immobilize an enemy champion, all nearby enemies will take increased damage from your team for a short period of time. The second new mythic item is built for mages who are looking for a little more survivability.
Wait, let me watch that again.
When you immobilize an enemy champion, all nearby...
So are they marked or something? There's no like visual indicator, right?
Will take increased damage from your team for a short period of time.
I like it. I like
Second
it.
mythic item is built for mages who are looking for a little more survivability.
Yo, is this guy scripting?
The second new mythic item is built for mages who are looking for a little more survivability.
Yo, someone needs to look into the... Yo, Ryan, did you use a scripter in your video?
We're looking for...
What is this movement, bro?
It grants damage reduction.
Yo, I think this... how funny would it be if they used some scripting, Xerath? Yo, that movement actually does look super sus.
It grants damage reduction or survivability. It's built for mages. We're looking for a little more survivability.
Okay, unironically, if I saw that movement in my game, I would actually be suspect.
Damage reduction that lingers for a few seconds.
We just skipping over the Leona BS? Well, I mean, I don't have the numbers. Like, on paper, this doesn't seem like broken. I like it.
In the middle of a fight.
But I don't know the stats. I don't know how much survivability you have. I don't know how much armor, mana, health it gives you. I like the idea that they're they're encouraging people to play aggressively and get into the middle of them. I like that a lot. But you can't actually tell how much more extra damage they're taking. There's no like visual indication. Like, I like this. It's clearly a mythic for diving supports, like myself, like Leona. It really sucks that until now, we were railroaded into building Locket, which if you're playing a diving champion, you're not even getting the maximum value of Locket because you're not going to be able to pop it for your team.
One
So
is
you're encouraged to play like way safer and like way closer to your team to get value for your mythic. Most of the time that's just not feasible, so it's just like a wasted item. But like the other options are like Kim Tank, which that was viable for like 2 patches, and then it was like you can't afford his support anymore. So like, yeah, we should have had this last season. I'm happy we're getting it now.
a support tank item, perfect for champions that want to get aggressive.
I like it.
Charge into the middle
I
of the
like
fight.
it. It looks broken.
When you
It's
immobilize
about
an enemy
freaking time we
champion,
get a broken
all
item.
nearby enemies will take it. When we updated,
All
it'll
right.
be protective ability. It grants damage reduction that lingers for a few seconds after you get hit. And while the protection holds, you'll also get ability haste. We think it'll be particularly
so
good
wait.
for longer range, a little more survivability.
Okay, so you've got this shield going.
It grants damage reduction that lingers for a few seconds.
Oh, damage reduction that lingers. That's really good against assassins.
It grants damage reduction that lingers.
So you don't
for a
just
few
get one
seconds
shot
after
by
you get hit.
everything.
And while the protection holds, you'll also get
I wonder how viable this will make support mages. Like, I highly doubt it's going to be tuned for that, especially because we're already getting a new support mythic.
ability haste. We think it'll be particularly good for longer range mages who need a mythic that helps them survive a dive.
Nice.
Rather than pile on.
Wait, this is actually so good for the health of the game. So good, because it gives them a way to deny the just 100-0 burst that most assassins, which are also turbo mobile, have. Like, you give an assassin like a 2-kill lead, and really the only options right now are for you to get Zonias. So what if it's an AP assassin? Like, also, it's just good to have a second
extra damage.
item to be able to build that.
When we updated
Now, this might be a little broken in combination with Zonias. Like, being able to deny an assassin's all-in burst twice might be a little unfair. But
rather
I
than
like
pile
that they're
on
putting this
extra
into a game. Anything that is a controllable lever to the absolute BS, out-of-control damage state that they put the game into.
When we updated
is great.
League's item system, we wanted to give every champion strategic choices in every game. We still think that's the right goal for Mythics, but our thinking has changed when it comes to legendary items. We think it's okay if some champions build the same legendary in most games, if it's a perfect fit. But we also want you to have plenty of options, which is why we're improving legendaries for mages, assassins, and tanks. For example, assassins can look forward to a new legendary item that gives ability haste, and also refunds a portion of their ultimate's cooldown
Yo, Pike? Pike time? Pike, boys? Pike meta?
with enemy takedowns.
Time to Pike?
Tanks that can never get enough mana.
Wait,
will
with
be
enemy
happy with a
takedowns too.
and also refunds a portion of their ultimate's cooldown with enemy takedown.
Yo, imagine you Pike ult, you get like 2 or 3 resets, and then you can Pike ult again in like 25 seconds. Oh my god.
Tanks that can never get enough mana will be happy with a new legendary item that grants bonus health based on total mana. and
This
also
Corky's
burns
about to
them
have a lot
create
of fun.
shield whenever they immobilize an enemy.
This Corky is having fun.
Finally, mages who are tired of being denied their hard-earned kills can rejoice. They'll be receiving a new legendary that grants Magic Pen against recently shielded enemies.
Ooh, that's great too. Wait, these are on paper. All of these items are actually really, really good.
They'll be receiving a new legendary that grants Magic Pen against recently shielded enemies.
Yo, this could actually fix so many issues with mid lane champion pools.
Legendary that grants Magic Pen against recently shielded enemies.
I always give credit when they do something correct. It's so rare that they do anything with 2 brain cells that you just never get to hear me give them props.
As for runes,
I
we think
always
there are some
give
good
credit
targeted
where credit's
changes we
due.
need to make. Most of all, we feel the Inspiration Tree's identity has been pretty unclear. We'd like to broaden
It's not that it's unclear, it's that it's just so safe that there's so many champions that it's just like it's a boring thing. It's very clear why we take Cosmic Insight and Biscuits. It's just like, why would you not?
own use cases. For example, we're reworking Glacial Augment to double down on its fantasy of slowing down enemies.
Okay.
We're also making some modifications to Lethal Tempo to lean into its attack speed fantasy and give it a more distinct use case in the Precision tree.
Yo, Glacial Rework, boys. The Glacial Augment Rework. Thank God. Glacial is actually such a fun rune. It is one of the genuinely most interesting fun runes out there. Most runes are just boring because they don't change the way you play at all. Like, Aftershock really doesn't change Leona. you're going to use Aftershock when you stun someone. You're going to stun someone anyways. But Glacial actually can change, like, the characters that you can catch out or not. Like, I feel like there's very, very truly interesting runes. Glacial, Predator, Hail of Blades, I guess, a little bit. That's it. That's really all I can think of. I feel like so many runes are just, like, really boring. Yeah, I like Omnistone. The idea of Omnistone is fun, but like it's so trash that it's not even fun to take. I miss Klepto, boys.
Glacial Augment to double down.
Yeah, Dark Harvest is fun.
Down enemies.
Dark Harvest is fun for sure.
Also making some modifications to Lethal Tempo to lean into its attack speed fantasy, give it a more distinct use case in the Precision tree. Up next are Bounties. Champion Bounties give teams who are behind.
Guys, is this it? Is this it? Are they removing bounties? Are they removing bounties? Are they removing bounties? Oh my god! Oh my god! Are they removing them?
A way to get back into the game
Please?
without being a straight shot to victory. And this year, we're adding a second way for teams to try and make a comeback. Objective bounties will work like champion bounties.
No shot.
Pass them in by hitting map objectives. Like
Greatest support alive, still in the greatest community on Twitch.
No way they are putting bounties on Baron. No shot. They are putting even more power in Jungle Landing Smite.
Bounties will work like champion bounties, except you cash them in by taking map objectives, like towers or Baron. They ramp up slowly when the enemy team lead grows, and the bounty is shared with your whole team, regardless of who claimed it. Taking objectives really is the best way to come back when you're behind, so we want to help make that a clearer and more rewarding strategy. That said, if a team is really far ahead, objective bounties won't change that. Being the better team should always get you a win.
It sure should, Riot.
So we'll be watching the new bounty system closely to keep things in check.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you how to keep it in check, Riot. I'll tell you how to keep it in check. Just don't put it into the game. Just don't add it. Just don't add it, and then we don't have to keep it in check. How about that? Is that a good idea? Hey, I'll link you my PayPal, Riot.
Finally, let's talk about our
Did your job for you
this preseason, dragons. We really like how each dragon creates unique terrain, grants powerful buffs, and adds more strategy to the mid and late game. So this preseason, we're adding 2 more.
Oh!
Up first is the Hextech dragon.
Woo! Hextech! They ran out of elements, guys.
When your team
They're just making them up now.
All gain additional ability haste.
Yo, that looks sick though, actually. What in the world?
Attack speed. And if you claim the soul...
Okay, so what is it?
When your team defeats it, you'll all gain additional ability haste and attack speed.
Ability haste and attack speed. Okay, this is an ADC buff. This is a marksman buff.
And if you claim the soul, you'll receive it.
Yo, what is this? What is this? What is this comment? Did you think we wouldn't see that, bro? Did you think we would not see you type this? Chill out, man.
Chain slow that works kind of like Static Shiv's passive.
Okay. Attack speed.
If you claim the soul,
Claim the
you'll
soul.
receive a chain slow that
slow.
works kind of like Static Shiv's passive.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
When this dragon takes over the rift, it creates Hextech gates that can transport you to set locations.
This isn't like the final. This is like concept art, right? This looks like someone literally just drew this on top of a tree. This is like not the final product, right? Wait, is this bar tunnels?
Over the rift, it creates Hextech gates that can transport you to set locations across the map.
What? This is gonna be the buggiest shit of all time. This is going to actually cause so much spaghetti. Oh my god.
The second dragon joining the party is Hextech's darker sibling.
Ooh, darker sibling. Yo, Alistor, what do you think about this dragon, bro? What do you think, man? Is this one looking good?
When you slay it, your team will deal increased damage when your HP is low.
Okay, when you slay it, your team will deal increased damage when your HP is low. When your... Oh. Uh-oh.
Low, letting you turn around those close team fights.
More
This
Fiesta.
Dragon Soul provides a second chance at life. Well, sort of. When you die, you'll enter a zombie state, where you can still cast abilities.
Oh, no way. No. No. No, everyone Scion now. Dude, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?
And continue fighting.
Yo, that means when you kill Karthus with the soul, he's gonna come back, you're gonna have to kill him again, and then he's gonna be in his passive.
And you'd normally be looking at a gray screen. And when the Chemtech Dragon putrefies the map, it creates camouflage zones in fixed locations. These dragons...
Yo, you need to... No, I'm done. I'm not playing this game, bro. You need to remove this right now. You need to remove everything you just talked about for the last minute, Bright Moon. You're doing so good. You're doing so well. With the items and the runes, you know, just making small adjustments. And now you're like, everyone's gonna be teleporting and nobody dies ever. Enjoy season 2021, folks. What is this, bro?
And continue fighting when you'd normally be looking at a gray screen. And when the Chemtech Dragon putrefies the map, it creates camouflage zones in fixed locations.
Stop.
These dragons might seem more impactful than the current ones. And, well, they...
Stop! Someone's gotta stop this man. Bright Moon, I'm calling him on Discord right now. I'm calling him on Discord right fucking now. Where you at? Where are you? Listen. No, someone's got to save the game. Someone has to save the game. Someone has to do it. I'm gonna do it. Get on Discord right now. I've got some words for you. No, I can't even finish this video. I can't even finish this video, chat. I'm going to save this game. I'm going to save this game. I'm going to save this game from Riot. Okay? He left the LPP Discord. I can't DM him. Why did he leave? Oh, no, he didn't. I'm just an idiot. I'm calling him right now. I'm calling him right now. Pick up. Pick up, you bastard. Pick up the phone. Pick it up. How do I leave him a message on Discord? Can you leave messages? Bastard. He's dude, honestly, he's probably in hiding. I would be in hiding if I released this video.
To add more unique encounters and unique strategy to the mid and late game.
I would be afraid.
These are some pretty big changes, and we're ready to adjust if they're making too much, too little of an impact. You can expect to see all of these changes on PBE and we'll be looking for your feedback in the
League is
ahead.
going to be in pure chaos.
Hey, you don't have to wait till the months ahead, bro. I got your feedback right here, buddy. I got your feedback right here. Answer Discord.
On PBE in a couple of weeks, and we'll be looking for your feedback in the months ahead.
Challenges.
Outside of preseason, something we've heard from all of you is that you'd like more ways to express
I've got a challenge for you, Riot. Go one season without ruining the game. Oops, we failed.
yourself and your achievements in League. For some of you, ranked is how you define your progress, and that's great.
For some of you, ranked is how you define your self-worth.
And that's great. We don't want to change that. But for those of you who aren't focused on the rank climb, there aren't great ways to express your own progress. Champion Mastery
Hey,
and
Peter,
Eternals
thanks for the prime,
help
bro.
you show off your skills on a particular champ, but they don't tell the story of your broader League legacy.
My broader League legacy. You pressed Braum E 187,000 times. You don't have a legacy. You don't have a legacy, bro.
The new challenges system should achieve just that. Challenges rank up over time, showcasing your increasing
Challenge
mastery
Crystal. What is this horse shit, bro? What is this?
and legacy across a bunch of different systems.
Ah, dude, I hate shit like this, man. I hate bells and whistles, man.
Modes and gameplay, making it a little different than just a standard.
Dude, I'm sorry. I know this kind of stuff like appeals to casual players that just like filling up bars. Because that's really all that any system like this ever does. It's just filling up bars. And I get that. I admit it's just not my thing. I don't care. I genuinely will never open this tab. I will probably forget it exists.
achievement.
I like this because I'm a casual League player. That's great. I'm glad that there's... I like that there are some systems for you. I feel like we've gotten a little bloated in terms of all this like superfluous bars to fill. You know, you've got mastery points that don't matter at all. You know, you've what are those things called? Eternals that you can fill up. They don't matter at all. Now you're going to have challenges that you can fill up that don't matter at all. And that's great. That's fine. It's fine. It's not for me.
Rank and champion mastery, but also your inventiveness, breadth of play styles, collection, and everything else in between. Want to showcase your knack for never dying in ARAM?
Okay, so here, actually, it does become a detriment to the game. Because if the challenges encourage you to, for instance, never die in-game, you're going to play differently. At that point, the sole objective of the game doesn't... It's no longer, how do we take their Nexus at all costs? No matter how many times I have to die, it's, oh, I'm working on my Platinum Crystal challenge. I can't die. Sorry, guys. Good luck at the Baron fight.
Or how...
Now, I know that's not ranked, but the fact that that was their very first example is a little concerning.
Or how great you are at killing minions in SR in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, see shit like this. Like, you shouldn't just sit there right-clicking minions. You should be rotating to Scuttle Crab fights. But if you're trying to get some stupid doohickey Mickey Mouse badge challenge, you're probably just going to go for the challenge, right? Like, you're just going to sit there and farm minions.
Maybe you've collected over 100 champions, or love participating in events.
Sorry, I just got stimulation overload.
Or love participating in events. All of this is now possible to track and display your progress with challenges. You'll get the first glimpse of challenges when they hit PvE next month, and the full system will launch early next year.
I don't want to
That's all
rain
I
on
have to
anyone's
share.
parade because I know that this stuff is just not for me. It's totally fine if you're into it. You're a loser. It's fine. But like, once it starts affecting my enjoyment of the game, that's when I have a little bit of an issue with it. So I'm going to give it a chance, right?
With you today.
But the
Thanks so much for
second some
watching.
bastard doesn't rotate to a dragon fight because he's scared of losing his challenge, I'm going to be pissed.
And here's Safe Locked again to talk about game modes.
Game modes. Here we go. Good. Here's the good stuff, guys.
When it comes to game modes, one thing we've been hearing from you all is that you'd like more variety in the modes we bring back alongside events. So let's talk about it. To start, we actually agree that the existing rotation of game modes can make some of the most popular modes like Earth and One for All feel a bit stale. Some of you have asked why we just don't bring back
Oh,
some of the
please,
other
please bring this back, bro. This was so fun. This was actually so fun. What's this I'm hearing about you making mechanic excuses for being bad? Afro, you're gold after like 7 years of playing this game. Stop talking to me.
older game modes like Star Guardian Invasion or Ascension to mix things up. And the answer is that bringing back...
Also, you lost with value on your team. I didn't even know that was possible. You lost to AP Malphite support with value. How bad are you, bro?
old modes isn't as easy as flipping a switch. League is constantly changing, which means all of our existing modes require constant upkeep. For example, when we released Yumi, we had to figure out how she'd function in One for All. What happened?
You know what would be a
during
fun
Yumi-
game mode? You know what would be a fun game mode is if you like, guys, like listen, this. You know what would be a fun game mode? What if you like lined up? What if you like lined up Yumis like this? Like you lined them up like they're gonna play Leapfrog or something, and then you pull out a pistol and you shoot them all straight through the head.
What happens when a Yuumi attaches to a Yuumi who is attached to a Yuumi? Because of upkeep like this, we have to be very selective about the modes we maintain. And right now, there are just too few popular modes that feel worth the investment compared to making brand new modes or updating more resonant ones for you. We've mentioned this before, but we think the sweet spot for game modes are ones that amplify champion fantasies and really build on what you love about your champs and Summoner's Rift. So moving forward, we're focusing on adding more game modes that hit this goal.
So basically, we're not getting any good game modes. Basically, we're never getting this again. What was it? Star Guardian? Like the actual game modes that took effort and were fun and unique. We're just getting Earth, guys. Have fun.
Focusing on adding more game modes that hit this goal. And to that, let's talk about Ultimate Spellbook. First and foremost, you all seem to really love this one.
That one was pretty fun, actually.
Highest engagement modes ever, second only to Earth. And beyond popularity, we're super happy with how long you spent making oversized champions. By that we mean the total amount of time you spent in Ultimate Spellbook stayed high throughout the event. That gives us confidence that it's worth keeping around.
Anthony,
that said, there are
thank you very much for months.
Feedback that we want to address. Junglers were forced to take Smite and another ultimate, which meant they couldn't choose another summoner spell. They also missed out on a lot of exciting plays during
poor
the laning phase
junglers.
because they were stuck fighting this.
Poor junglers, guys. Oh
we
my
also heard that
god.
games-
Oh, the junglers didn't get to have fun. Oh no.
Started to feel a little repetitive due to the small number of available ultimates. And we agree. So, this winter, we'll be bringing back Ultimate Spellbook with a bigger
XAM Wolf 9, thank you for the 9 months, brother.
Adjustments for junglers to ensure that your experience in Ultimate Spellbook is just as fun as everyone else's. If you'd like to learn more about our approach to game modes, you can check out the dev blog that's coming out today. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you're enjoying Worlds as much as we are, and for any pros watching, once again, please pick a Moo.
What was that last part? Wow. What is this?
Much for watching. We hope you're enjoying Worlds as much as we are, and for any pros watching, once again, please.
What? Can someone explain to this? What? Someone explain this to me. Why does she want pros to pick a Moo?
Once again, please.
What a weird way to end the video. Once again, please pick a Moo. Please pick a Moo.
Please pick a Moo.
Weird, very strange way to end the video. I don't know, man. There's some decent stuff in here. I like that these changes were all really good. Really, really good for the help. Like, these changes seem like they were thoughtful. They were for the betterment of the game. They addressed current problems with game design, champion design. These were all really good. Bright Moon, you were on fire for like 2 minutes. And then it's like you lit us on fire with new bounties and these new dragons, which are like inherently not that bad. But now we're teleporting all over the place. You can't see each other. It's just adding Fiesta changes for the sake of Fiesta changes, I feel like. And then, you know, I don't care for the challenges, but I'm not the demographic. Game modes, I don't think there's really anything new there. So it's a little bit of a... It's a little bit of a mixed bag. Little bit of a mixed bag. I genuinely hate the idea of bounties being on objectives. I mean, on paper, that means that people should play more for objectives, but really it just gives you like, it's just going to feel bad. Like, it already feels bad to play support and just be doing your job. You know, you're like 1-0 and 11 and you have like a 500 gold bounty. Like, that already feels bad because at some point you're going to die. It's inevitable. And you just got to pray that 1,000 gold doesn't go on Viego. Now it's like, these are almost like completely out of your control. Like, okay, so you get bounties on turrets. And so now their 0-7 Trendemir is going to split and die 3 times, but he's going to get the tower bounty, and his whole team's going to get 400 gold. Like, what? What? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, this just seems so weird. I can't tell if I hate this or really hate this. I'm leaning towards really hate this. The return of Inting Scion, true. I'd guess they split bounties between the entirety of the team, not any individual champion. No, they do. They do. I feel like that's even worse, though. Can stream Nickelodeon All-Stars? Maybe later, bro. Welcome to the stream. What'd you guys think of this? If you guys had to rate the changes coming to League of Legends, 1 to 10, 10 being the best additions ever. League of Legends is the greatest video game of all time, and I can't wait for season 2021. 1 being... one being awful. 1 being the worst. Eight, you really like these changes, Enemy? I like these changes, and I like that. I actually really like their introspection into like what is working and not working about champion balance. That gives me a lot of hope for future champions, especially coming... Like, if it was just all talk, I would just be like, oh, they're just saying that. We're going to get Yone 2.0 next. But them saying this in addition, in combination to the fact that the last champion they put out was Vex, and Vex is fun, well-designed, unique, without being bullshit, I believe it. I like when they do some real wild stuff and make the game feel new again. See, a lot of people say that. And I'm on board with keeping the game fresh, but I don't like fundamentally changing the entire game. Like, I like these changes. This item isn't going to break the game. It's not going to completely change the way you approach, you know, dragon fights or rotations or anything like that. These seem like well thought out changes that genuinely address issues and open up new avenues for classes in the game. This literally just seems like there's no way you could possibly even know the effect this is going to have on a game. And the problem with big sweeping changes like this is that you can't revert it. Once it's in the game, it's in the game. So who knows what it's going to be like. Well, you know, they're not just going to be like, oh, actually... objective bounties are not super great. We don't like the effect they've had on the game, so we're going to undo them. They can't do that. Whereas with items, they pretty much can. It keeps on getting worse. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go into it with an open mind. I'm definitely keeping an open mind about this, but they can undo it. I mean, really the only thing they can do is like nerf it into like basically irrelevance. But they can't actually undo it, nor do I think that they're going... Like, they clearly want there to be more comeback fiesta mechanics in the game, which I've just never liked. I don't like there being such insane comeback mechanics. I think there's too many comeback mechanics in combination with, like, not being able to control your 4 teammates. Bro, playing solo queue, having 4 random idiots running around the map, that basically is a comeback mechanic for the enemy team. That's what preseason is for? Yeah, but, okay, but, like, they're not going to undo the Kimtech Drake. It's going to be in the game. They did remove roll queue, like Rev said, after an entire season, though. We had a season of that. And the crazy thing is the damage that did to the ladder is still felt today. A lot of people agree that roll queue is what basically inflated the ladder irreversibly. That was 2 months. Was it really? Roll queue was only for 2 months. How long did roll queue last? Anyways, I'm going in with an open mind. Hopefully some of this stuff turns out good. I like the fact that Leona gets an actual mythic. It sucked using Locket just because that's numerically the best item to use, even though it's like completely the opposite and not conducive to Leona's playstyle at all, other than being tanky. I like this. I think it could actually open up better picks in mid lane. So yeah. Some trash, some bad, some good. Season 21. Season 2021, boys. Peace. Oh?
Hello.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey, just watch the video, buddy.
And
I've got some words to share.
I'm sure you do.
A lot of words to share, Mr. Brightmoon. First of all, and most importantly, you look really, really good. As always.
Thought you were gonna be like, oh, the COVID-19 has hit him hard.
Do you have COVID?
No, I just meant the 19. You know, like the freshman 15. I don't know. I felt like
Brightmoon, this is not a time for jokes, okay? This is a very serious call that I've asked you to come here for. Okay? Also, I'm streaming.
Oh, all right. Hey, everyone.
Listen.
I probably should have started with that, actually.
Yeah, my bad. Listen, What the hell are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I think I speak for the League community when I say you have to answer for your crimes right now. What are these new dragons?
Ooh,
Why can this dragon fart and then you can't see anything? Why does everyone get barred tunnels now? Why are there shutdowns on turrets, Brightmoon? Why are you rewarding them for taking turrets?
These are all really good questions, Aoki.
I need some really good answers right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, why dragons? So these are definitely the most impactful dragons that we've made. They are added to the 4 that exist in the game already. So your chances of getting these dragon changes are, 1 in 6 games. We want to be able to expand the options that you have in the late game for more of your games. Like these allow for some really interesting strategies, some really interesting new gameplay that just doesn't exist right now. If they turn out that they're too warping, like if certain classes or certain types of strategies are obviously dominant in this kind of with these 2 dragons, we'll
Delete
shift
them.
our
You'll
strategy.
delete them.
we'll change them. Yeah, I really think once you get your hands on them and try them, you're gonna A, find them to be super fun, and B, see that they have limitations that you might not be obvious right now.
Would you say that these dragons are the most Fiesta E-dragons that you've added? Listen to this man giggling. You're doing this on purpose, bro. You are taking glee in our pain, aren't you?
Of course not. There, I will say one of them is a little more Fiesta, and another one of the other one is a little less Fiesta than some of
The teleporter one is Fiesta E, isn't it?
No, actually, because that one is you have some limitations of how often you can use it, where it goes, and what the cooldown and channel time is. So it's not like you're bouncing around the rift. It is you've got to like make a choice to use one of these tunnels, commit to it, and it has some risk involved.
Okay. I'm gonna go into them with an open mind. However, I do not like these bounties, Brightmoon, and I want you to remove them. Okay?
Do you like how do you feel about champion bounties?
I hate them. I hate them.
Tell me why.
Because they give teams that I feel do not deserve to be back into the game a way to get back into the game. I also think that it punishes roles like support the hardest, because if I'm literally just doing my job and I'm like 1-0 and 5 or whatever, I'm gonna have a bounty, and I think it sucks to have a bounty just for doing your job, and it's also hugely dependent on like who that bounty goes to. Like giving the bounty to the enemy support is literally the correct play at that point. Which like it's out of my hands, it's out of my control. So it feels really bad because eventually, as the tank support that's engaging on these fights, I'm going to die. And I just have to pray that I don't give the shutdown to Viego.
I think that's fair. Like, I think those are the sort of downsides of a system like this. The thing that makes objective bounties really different in that regard is one, it's shared by the team. So it's not like one person on your team has to do something out of the ordinary to make this work.
Right.
It also what we see most from um, we do these like player frustration surveys, and we talk.
I need one right now.
Yeah,
I need a
take it out.
frustration survey.
Well, so one of the things that's most frustrating about League is when you go 0-2 in the bot lane and feel like the game's over, right? Like there
Mhm.
are players that will just DC after a bad trade. And like obviously that's not behavior that we want in the game anyway, but it does speak to something that is true about League, which is there are times where it can feel like you can get back in the game no matter what you do. And so your options are FF, DC, or try to rally your team around doing something that's going to get you back in the game. And I've seen you do this so many times. I've seen you say, like, it's winnable, even though the rest of your team is saying, like, FF, next. Um, this objective bounty system is a tell to your teammates to say, look, it's still winnable. It's not going to swing the game in your favor. You're not going to win off of taking a turret or dragon, but it's going to give you the incentive, I think, to say, look, if we do what we're supposed to do, which is take some objectives and not just like run it down mid and ARAM, we actually can come back in this game and we can fight for a win. So I think the tuning here really matters. It really depends on how much of a bonus you get from this. Our goal is to make it meaningful but not swingy. So not so much that the outcome of the game is swung towards the losing team side where it invalidates any lead from the other team.
Okay, so if you had to say, I mean, they mentioned in the video that like you even say like this isn't going to make it so that a team can win off the bounties alone. Like the better team will always win or whatever. So
Yeah.
would you say that you're going to be tuning them towards the weaker side or the stronger side? Like will they be more impactful or less impactful than champion bounties, for instance?
Well, I don't know if I'm sure you remember. So when Champion Bounties first came out, they were not tuned super well, let's say. They were very swingy. You would get like 900 gold shutdowns on, champions in 8 minutes into the game. Stuff like that was like really not great. We are tuning them low to start. I think we're gonna spend more time with the system on PBE. So this will be going out to PBE pretty soon. I can't say exactly when. Um, but it's going to take a lot of tuning, like we learned with champion bounties, and we're taking some of the learning into this from the start, which is we don't want it to be quite so swingy and impactful from the very first game.
Gotcha. Okay, I have one last thing to say.
Hmm.
Well, two things actually. One, thank God Leona actually has a mythic to build.
I thought you'd like that one.
Very, very nice, very nice. I actually
Did we
think,
say
okay,
that
the items in runes, I was doing nothing but singing your praise. I was like, oh my God, they're killing it. They're killing it. They're addressing problems that, the meta or the game has. They're, really doubling down on the idea that you can build different mythics in different games, depending on which scenarios you're in. And then we got to that bounties and I just started having a mental breakdown, man. I'm sorry. But the items and runes, killer. Excellent. Great. All that whole section. I actually think you guys are doing really good on champions too. Because not gonna lie, this whole people are really memeing on it. Like the very first section where you guys are like, we don't think that champions have overloaded kits. And then it was also funny that like in a season where we got Yone, Viego, Akshan, and Gwen, that you guys focused on Mundo being the problematic one. I just thought that was funny too. But Vex was great. So you guys saying that like you're really looking at like the complexity of your kits and like making sure there's counterplay and stuff like that, in addition to the fact that you guys just released an absolute banger of a champion, I got faith, all right? I got faith in that. So I like the champion stuff, I like the items, not sold on the dragons or bounties, but overall. Oh, also, is this challenges stuff? Is this in ranked?
It's across everything.
Oh
It's like
no.
yeah, think of it as a way you can uh sort of earn titles and track your progress on things in League. that are sometimes unrelated to ranked. Like,
Right.
I think I gave some examples, but the challenges themselves are not. We're making sure that they aren't encouraging some kind of like weird behavior in ranked games where you're like, nope, I need to just farm this challenge, so I'm gonna go do something that's like not
But I
helpful
think
to winning
the
the game.
one example that you gave of the challenge, it literally said how much farm can you get in 10 minutes. But like in my opinion, if my ADC is choosing to farm over rotate to the scuttle crab, he's throwing the game for a challenge for something that's completely superfluous.
Right. But see, the challenges don't it's like champion mastery. They don't like earn you a skin or like get you something that you need to farm for. So like I can't say too much about it right now, but I think that that's a really valid concern that you have. We're aware of that, and we're trying to design the experience in a way where it's not like giving you weird incentives to do stuff like that.
Got you. Well, as long as you guys are aware of it and know how much of a bastard League of Legends players can be. Uh, okay, that's all. That's all. Thanks, bro. I needed someone to vent to, and you
Of course.
always go. I always go straight to the source. Hey, you did great.
Thanks, Aoki.
Later, bro. Have a good day.
Okay, bye everyone.
I can't stay mad at that guy. Are you kidding me, chat? I can't flame Bright Moon.